Right, and we are live. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stuart from NetReady, and this is MLM for CEOs, the channel that is aimed to provide key insights to business owners within the multi-level marketing space. Today in this episode, we are speaking about retail commissions, and to unpack all of that information for us is a man that is often referred to as the godfather of MLM. He has over 35 years experience within the multi-level marketing industry. He is a great friend and he's a mentor of mine, Mr. Richard Stuart.
I call it a godfather, hey? I know, I've seen the horse head scene.
Yes.
We don't want to go down that road.
Okay,
So
maybe next
the
week.
Madala.
Oh yes, the Madala. I want to get into the Madala.
Right,
I'll speak about it, but before I say that, Richard, you are the godfather. That's
I'm the grandfather.
and now you're the grandfather. We can't say the grandfather of MLM. We're not going to get there yet, although we can, because I mean, we just got a recent news that you're having a third grandchild.
My son Justin and his wife Rochelle are expecting, so that's so exciting. I can't wait.
It's epic.
Yeah.
It's epic.
We were going away. He says to me, so when are you going? I said, oh, we're leaving on the 1st of March for Europe, because as you know, we're going over to Europe to set up our operation there.
Sure.
And he didn't say anything. The following week he says to me, I got some news for
really?
you. And the baby's due in March.
No.
So we are not leaving.
Oh no.
So we're not
at
leaving.
least a week into March.
Oh no, we can't leave until the baby's here. So
Sure, that's gonna be so special. What a cool time.
that's pretty cool, hey?
You know, there's that Malcolm Gladwell book that speaks about children being born in the first 3 months of the year have the higher propensity to excel within sport and academics.
Oh,
Have you heard this?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they actually did a whole study within the NHL, the National
I was
Hockey League.
born in the last month of the year. What
Me
does that
too.
say about me?
Me too. Both of us. I had 3 days left in the year. So what does
So
that
you're
say?
like right at the end, the tail end, the runt of the year.
And yeah, we've definitely defied the odds. Let's just say that.
Oh, let's hope so.
Okay, well, congratulations. That is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
The best thing about being a grandparent is that once the chaos hits, which inevitably does within any household with small children, you can just leave.
Yes.
And you go home to your peaceful household.
Yeah, you leave and then you tell your kid, please let me know how it turns out.
Yeah. Horribly. This is tough. Okay, well, let's get into this episode. Enough chitter-chatter. We're speaking about retail commissions.
Yes.
It's very exciting because there's quite a uniqueness about retail commissions. It seems simple, right? But there's intricate parts about this, because there's the traditional way of doing retail and earning retail commissions, but there's also the let's call it the newer way, or the online method of retail commissions. So let's dive into this, and if you can set the scene for it, and then let's talk about both.
Okay, so the first thing is the traditional way that businesses work is, multi-level marketing businesses work, is that you have a retail commission based on a discount. So I come along to the company, I purchase a product which sells for $1, I purchase it at 75 cents, and I then go out and find a customer to buy it from me for $1, and I make a 25-cent retail commission.
Sure.
That is standard. That's how it's worked forever in legal, legitimate MLM businesses, and that's the way it should work. You should have some form of retail discount so that I can join the business and make money. Now, the laws have changed quite considerably over the last 4 or 5 years.
Recently in the States, is that right?
Well, it's actually global.
Okay.
Because fundamentally, mathematically, it's not possible to run a legitimate business if you don't have a retail commission.
Sure. That was our break. Yes.
So you cannot run a legal, legitimate business without having retail commission, because the law says that a person must be able to make a living selling a product without recruiting a single person. And the only way to do that is through retail commission. So let's just start with what is legal in the world. Okay.
Sure.
So the way that the authorities have laid it out is that I must be able to make a living without recruiting a single person. So if the business is built purely on recruiting, it's illegal pyramid straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason for that is that if I have to recruit somebody to make a living, they are the bottom of the pyramid. When they recruit somebody, that person is the bottom of the pyramid. And because there's no such thing as infinity in the amount of humans on the planet,
Right.
eventually you run out of people. And then you land up with this massive base of people at the bottom who have got no hope of recruiting anybody, and the whole thing falls over.
Okay. Right.
So the governments of this world saying, hey, that's illegal. It's immoral. It's unethical. You need to be able to make a living purely based on retail sales. That's what you need to do. So what needs to happen is you've got two ways of doing it. You either buy the product at a discount, sell it for full retail, or you allow people to come onto the website as pure customers to buy the product at full retail, and you pay out a commission, a retail commission.
Sure.
So that makes the business legal, because now if I don't recruit a single person, I can still have a legitimate business. Every business out there, every business is looking for customers to consume their products or services, and they make a profit on that. That is how business works. So that becomes a very legal, legitimate, and ethical way of doing business. Now, so the retail component is really, really powerful. Now, as I said, in a place like South Africa, where the vast majority of people are not buying online, it becomes necessary to have a retail commission that is in the form of a discount. Now, what traditionally would happen there is that they would say, okay, if you buy one item, you'd get 15%. But if you buy 100 items, we'll give you 40%. So depending on what volume the person buys, they can increase the amount of profit they make. They then go out and sell the product, and they make a profit on the product. Now, the key thing here is it's illegal to front load. In other words, it's illegal to force people to buy a lot of product to get an additional discount.
Yes.
That's not legal.
Okay.
So to get around that, what companies do is they say, look, we have 100% buyback process. In other words, if you buy X amount of product and you sell Y amount of product and you can't sell the rest, you can bring it back to us.
Okay.
Now, there's a caveat to that.
Okay.
Because when you bring it back, we work out the commission of what you actually sold. So you only sold one item. You were only, you should have only got 20%.
Yes.
So what we do is when we do the refund, we do the refund in such a way that you only make the commission that you qualified for.
Okay. Yes.
So you can't come and buy 100 items, sell 10, make 40%, then bring the other 90 back to us and think you're still going to make 40% on that. Because what we'll do is when we do the refund, we refund you at the rate that you only make your whatever you qualified on those 10 items.
That's a key insight, Richard, because company owners need to understand that, because the network is very clever.
Sure.
Very
They'll
clever.
scam you so fast you won't make your head spin.
So you need to have these terms in place. So things like the user agreements, that term needs to be in place so that the network can understand how they can't manipulate the system to their benefit.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want to pay them out because they are marketers. However, we need to, as company owners, be very mindful of the fact that our network is very clever and they can do what they need to earn a little bit more commission.
And also what happens is that the upline is paid out commission as well. So that commission has got to be clawed back. So across the board, there's a whole lot of people that are getting paid out commission that need to be clawed back. So in places like Europe and the US and where online buying is a thing, it's everybody does it, there's a difference in their attitude there. There, they say, look, if you buy the product to resell in person, you get a 20% retail commission. End of story. You buy one, you buy 1,000.
Flat rate.
20%.
Okay.
Okay. But if you have customers coming online and buying from you, depending on how much sales you've made in that commission cycle, we will pay you anything between 15% and 40%. So the more turnover you have online from customers physically buying from you, the greater percentage we'd pay you. So now you can go out, you don't buy the product and resell it, you don't front load, you don't go and stash a whole lot of product in your garage and land up with all of that. What you do is you get people to buy from you online. You
Sure.
give them your link.
Yes.
You help them buy from you online. You go onto the system and you show them how to do it.
Mm.
They then purchase from you, and based on the volume you get, you're on a sliding scale.
Right.
Oopsie. Sorry, just nearly whacked that thing into tomorrow. You're on a sliding scale.
Yes.
So you earn more commission by getting people to buy from you online.
Okay. And you mentioned this link. What is that? That's your unique website link.
Yeah.
So every distributor that joins the company owner's business is allocated then a unique URL with an ID, a tag that basically says that if Richard has sent his URL to me, that the system picks up that you have sent it, and if I purchase, then we need to allocate commissions to Richard for making that sale.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we call it replicated websites.
Yeah.
So basically your URL is unique to you. And when
Yes.
you give it to somebody, anybody who clicks on that URL and leaves their name on the system as a lead, or becomes a customer, or signs up as an IBO using that link, anybody who does any of those things is hooked to you permanently.
Mm-hmm.
And the beauty of that is that they can buy forever and a day, and you will continue to earn commissions.
Well, this is the clear and definite pros and cons of the two ways that we look at retail commissions. In the traditional aspect, I'm buying a whole bunch of product, stocking it, and then I'm selling for cash hand to hand. But the company owners, as company owners, we don't know who that customer is. They could be anyone. And if that distributor packs up and leaves and joins another network, or just stops operating within this industry, we have lost that customer and we can never get him back.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about this online retail component.
Exactly.
Is that Richard can go out and he can get a customer. We get 10 customers. You not only own that customer for life, but me as the company owner, so do I.
That's the thing. So
That's the beauty.
let's take a network that has got, let's say, just 10,000 members. That's a very small network.
Yes.
Okay. If each of those network members send their link out and get just 10 customers to come to the website and buy, you've now got 1 million people.
100,000.
100,000.
Yes.
That's right. Sorry. 10 times 10 is 100,000. Okay. You got 100,000 people. Thank God one of us can do math. You got 100,000 people who are buying from you every month.
Yeah.
I mean that is epic.
What other e-commerce businesses out there are doing those kinds of numbers?
Try and go out with traditional e-commerce using traditional advertising means through Facebook and Instagram and Google, and see if you can get 100,000 customers buying from you on a regular basis. With this method, I got 10,000 people, just getting 10 people to tootle along, and we've got 100,000 customers who we can now talk to.
Sure.
And what is the benefit to the IBO? The benefit to the IBO is the company is employing all of the traditional e-commerce marketing strategies to resell to those customers on your behalf. And every time the company sells to that customer, you might not even be busy with that chain. You might not be talking to that customer. When they come and buy, you make a retail commission. So you heavily incentivized to get your customers to register on the system. The company's obviously excited about having access to your network and being able to sell to them directly. And if you decide that you don't want to be part of the business anymore, for whatever reason, and you pick up your stick and bundle and you move to another company, it really doesn't matter, because the company, this company, would own your customer base.
Sure.
And what normally happens there is that you leave, the customers are compressed up to the person in the network above your sponsor, in other words.
Okay.
And everything carries on as normal. Commissions flow as normal. Company continues to market as normal.
And I mean, what if the whole network left? You'd still own the
You
customer
still own
database.
100,000 customers.
Yeah. Then you're running a pure e-commerce business, and you're still generating all that income.
I mean, I have a story here about this. We have a client, I'm not going to mention their name, and I don't agree with what they did at all.
Right.
But over a 10-year period, what they did is they got their network to build up their client base. And at the end of 10 years, they had well over 3 million customers who were registered on their platform using their service.
Yeah.
And then they just shut their network down.
That's horrible.
So it was horrible, but the point of the matter, the end game
Yes.
was they landed up with 3 million customers And it was in their terms and conditions. So they didn't do anything illegal. Everybody understood what the deal was. When they hit a certain time, they were turning off the taps. Everybody knew what they were doing. So it wasn't like they were doing anything underhanded or unethical. But I think they missed the trick here, because they could have gone to 6 or 10 million users. But they had a target. When we hit 3 million, we're doing away with the network. They spent 100% of the profit on that network while they were getting to the 3 million customers. And then, of course, when they switched off the network, that profit that they were paying out, they were making no profit. That profit became the company's profit. So they used it as a mechanism to build their customer base.
Wow. I see two parts to that. One is that they now don't have to pay their network, and they're just marketing to their customers, 3 million customers through e-commerce. But the strength and the beauty of network marketing is that I have all these people that are the marketers of these products, and Stu's sitting across the table from Richard. You know, trust, and like me, and that's why you buy from me. But if Stu's not involved in the business, a percentage of those 3 million people are going to go, well, Stu's not involved anymore, so I'm not going to buy. So there is definitely a fall-off rate to whatever percentage it would be.
Well, the technology that was selling actually locked the end user in.
Did it? Okay.
So it locked the end user in. So the end user didn't. It's a little bit like your cell phone. Once you've bought your cell phone, you got your number. You don't want to lose your number. You know, whether the person who sold it to you or not is in the company is not material anymore. You're going to continue making your phone calls. So their marketing strategy was, look, we want to build a client base really fast. We can do it by traditional advertising means, or we can do it through MLM. So they went to they went the network marketing route, and they said to the guys, look, we want to build 3 million clients. This is how the compensation plan works. When we hit 3 million clients, we're turning off the taps. Do you want to be part of this? And of course, they had a flood of people who came in because there was a quick buck to be made there. Yeah. These guys built their 3 million customers up. At the end of the 3 million customers, they turned off the taps. And they said to their network, look, we are not going to make a cent while we get to the 3 million. Every single cent we make, we're going to pay in commissions. So the network made their money. And they said, when we hit 3 million, then it's our turn to make money. And they then switched the network off. And
so it was disclosed to the network in the beginning?
Yeah, it wasn't underhanded or unethical or any of those kind of things. But I still think that they made a mistake. I think that they could have, long term, they could have benefited. But their decision was, look, the market can sustain 3 million people.
Yes.
That's what they'd decided the size of the market was. And as soon as they hit that market size, they would terminate the network, and they would then start making the profits long term.
Sure.
And they've been going for many, many, many years.
Oh, they became a listed business. So that's excellent.
So, yeah.
In terms, so let's bring it back to the retail component of online. And what I love, and like the one of the greatest attributes of this online play in generating retail commissions is that of being able to sell to anyone across the country. And if you've got international business across the world, so you might not even have to see the person, the customer, or even touch the product. The whole fulfillment process happens when you've sent your unique link to a customer they purchase, and the product is then delivered, and you get your commissions. I mean, that's just, I can sit at home. And that's why they call these home businesses. Yeah. Because you can sit at home, sell to customers, and generate an income.
Exactly. And of course, the entire infrastructure and logistic backbone is in play.
It's all there.
So you go online, you find a customer, however you want to find that customer. It could be person-to-person communication, could be your friends, it could be through Facebook advertising, it could be through whatever method, social media interactions, LinkedIn. That customer starts purchasing from you. The company looks after that relationship long-term, and you've obviously generated yourself an income. Sure. And that's the power of the retail commission. And depending on how you structure that retail commission, you can motivate people in a very real way to go out and find your customers.
Okay. And for company owners listening now, what sort of percentage are we allocating? Because there's a couple of things that we need to take into account. What do we want people to do? We want them to sell products. But what do we then want them to do? We want to sell at volume, at scale. So we incentivize them through various attributes. Now, with just the retail, what sort of percentage are we allocating?
Well, in terms of your compensation plan, there's three aspects that you're talking about here. One, you want people to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you want to sell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Three, you want them to build a network.
Yes.
So when you're allocating your commissions, normally you're looking at, of the commission amount you've got,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at a 33%, 33%.
Okay.
So generally you're saying, okay, we're going to give you, to sell, we're going to give you an amount.
Mm.
And that will be 33%, more or less, a third of what the overall commission balance is. Then we are going to want you to sell a lot of product. So another third of your commission goes into the volume bonus.
Mm.
And then we want you to build a network, and we take a third of the commission and we put it into a structured multi-level marketing commission strategy.
Okay.
So, but the first thing is sales. That's why 2/3 of your commissions are going into sales, 1/3 going into network marketing. Where companies make a mistake, and you see the businesses in that typical bell curve, is they take 100% of the money and they put it into the network building a team.
Sure.
And okay, they get incredible explosive growth. Then they hit the top of the bell curve, and then this business literally falls out of the sky, just disintegrates around them, and they're sitting there wondering what's happened.
Yeah.
It's because they're running a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
It builds, and then the pyramid scheme gets top heavy, falls over, and everybody gets burnt.
Yeah.
So that's why they kind of say third. 1/3 into pure retail. If I buy it, I get this discount and I can sell it on. 1/3 into volume bonus.
Mm-hmm.
If I sell a lot, I get this much. If I sell a little, I only get that much. And then 1/3 into building the network and structuring how much money you make through the network.
Okay. Brilliant. Richard, that's the end of it.
Boom.
Episode done.
We need that little light there. Ding.
Ding. Okay, we're going to work on that.
Okay.
Just because you asked, we're going to work on that for next episodes. Okay, well, thank you so much. I think just to recap on what this episode has been all about is that of retail commissions, the traditional aspect of buying and then selling hand to hand and generating profits, and that of utilizing your unique website or URL, sending it to your customers, getting them to buy online. The whole fulfillment process works. You get a customer as well as those commissions, but that customer belongs to you for life. But as a company owner, you're building up a database of these exceptional customers that are used to buying online. They have a belief in your business. They know that because I purchased online, that product has been delivered to me. I now believe, and I'm going to refer. And a small percentage of those people that are buying from you end up becoming distributors themselves because they're referring the business anyway. So
that is the beauty about it. You own the customer, and you can then do whatever with that customer. You can sell them more products. You can offer them specials, but you can also offer them the opportunity. Say, hey, don't you want your own e-commerce website? Wouldn't you like to become one of our evangelists? Don't you want to go out there and talk to people about our products?
Evangelists. Let's do that in the next episode. Okay.
Evangelists.
So, making a network of product evangelists, people that are just promoting your product, that believe in its heart and soul that this is the best product for their customers. How cool would that be?
That would be cool.
Let's do it. Okay. Guys, thank you for joining us for this live event. I really appreciate your time. Please follow us on all of our social platforms. They're in the body of the message below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell so you can get notifications each time we upload new content. Thank you for joining us, Richard. It's been a pleasure as always. We'll see you next week. Cheers,
awesome.
bye.
Go on,